Persa. Yeah. Persa is vancomycin. Vancomycin, that's the next generation. Yeah. Vancomycin resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Okay, you see how bacteria get smarter, right? And we don't even, okay, or vancomycin. And we kill maybe 750K died, yeah? But and then we still have 250K still alive. Okay, this is, okay, I'll say that later. Yeah, most of this medication is not like 100% kind of curative or maybe heal you. They also have side effects, that they have an adverse effect. That's what you need to consider too. Second, so the second problem, but it's slowly being changed since last decade. Yeah, the second problem is okay, I'm gonna, yeah, the second problem, so one is full antibiotic. Second problem, a patient doesn't want to get the lower generation for what they have. Okay, so say they have this thick greenish mucus and they afraid that it will go to bronchitis or even pneumonia. Yeah, but it has to go to it goes to pharyngitis first, laryngitis, and go to the bronchitis, bronchiolitis, then pneumonia. It has a steps. Yeah, but people just afraid, oh, maybe because my grandpa died of pneumonia, I want something strong. That is a wrong paradigm. Yeah. Yes, most elderly, once they get pneumonia, it's hard to be healed. Basically, that's when sometimes elderly died. But it doesn't mean you as a younger generation. Yeah. So second, people like to go beyond instead of step lower generation. I give you example. So it's like you have 20, 50 enemies, right? And then you want to do nuclear bomb. Doesn't make sense. You just do maybe just the lower level of weapon. That's what I meant. Okay.
Oh
I
my
got it
gosh,
a lot. I got that
Dr.
a lot in
Julie,
clinic. Yes.
we were just in the doctor's office just now, and he said the same thing you just said. It's so funny. It's so funny because we were talking about all kinds of stuff, and I guess he didn't want to seem very controversial, but I loved it because it was so real
Nice.
and authentic. And he said, we were talking about the COVID vaccine, and he was like, even UCLA, they require it, which is ridiculous because of politics. And it's not really the scientific, like he was just going through like science, and it was just awesome. Like I was like, wow. I said, that's exactly what he talked about the
Yeah.
Z pack too. A lot of people want the Z pack, and
Oh my
these are the same
goodness.
stuff, same
I
thing you
get
just
that
said.
all the time in
Same thing you
clinic.
just said. That's awesome.
Indeed.
I
Yeah.
just want to say,
Yeah. Now the third thing that when you guys healing something, you have to do holistic treatment, right? Holistic treatment meaning you see the whole picture, not just one picture, right? That's why we also open with the alternative medicine, things like that. But when patient taking antibiotic, this is what I rarely see doctors give this advice. When I took my master public health Loma Linda University, 85% practicing medical doctor. And when we learn about this lifestyle, about this nutrition, uh, about how food and medicine, they are comparable. Yeah. So don't undermine what you put in your mouth. So food and drugs. I'm not saying don't take drugs when you need to. You have to. Some people also die. They're more on alternative and they don't take Western medicine. For example, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple, she was into the alternative medicine. He became Buddhist, right? He's into that. And when when he was diagnosed with the pancreatic cancer, right? And then the part of the pancreas that he got, the cancer, is not the area that is dangerous. Yeah, it's kind of like cauda, not in the caput or the head part. So it's basically treatable as long as you do um, operation, surgery, and treatment. He refused that. He just want to do, you know, I like balance combination, right? So, so the 90% doctor that taking the same cohort with me, Master Public Health, when we learn all of this stuff, they said, we never learned this in our medical school. The only medical school that might teach you this is Loma Linda, Brown University. I think John Hopkins also become more open on that. Yeah, so keep that in mind. That's why you don't get doctor advise you when you take antibiotic, you also want to take um, probiotic. Yeah. Why? This antibiotic, it's like attacking
Because
Kill
village.
it because it kills the good
yeah,
bacteria. And
yeah,
then if
yeah.
you don't want to kill the good bacteria because we need that for our body. So
Indeed.
that's why you put I mean probiotic you should even take on a regular basis even when you're not taking antibiotics, but that's a whole different
Yes.
discussion. But like but that
Yeah.
but definitely yeah, that makes so much sense because if you're killing off the bad, but you're also killing off the good too. That's why
Mm-hmm.
like even when people do and that's why I stopped doing it because like Listerine, you know, that mouthwash, it's killing bacteria in your mouth, but it's also killing good and bad. And so then the things that you needed, because how do you direct the Listerine to say, hey, no, just kill the bad, not the good, you know? So it kills everything. And then people think they're doing great, and I'm like, yeah, but it's actually terrible for you to be mouth washing with Listerine because they don't get it. But yeah,
Indeed. Indeed. Thank you. You guys ahead is good. Yeah. So indeed, probiotic because you kill not just good and bad, but also good. What are example probiotic? There's a peel of that for sure, yeah. But the natural one is yogurt, right?
BioK is the best one.
How do you
BioK
spell
is
that? I never heard that.
yeah, BioK is. I mean, it's expensive. It's like
Like
five
this
dollars.
BioK, like that?
It's five. Yeah, it's
It's
$5 a
mini,
thing.
mini, mini
Mini.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like too.
See,
I
look
love
at
that.
that. She's so smart. She knows. She knows.
And Japan has that dang, my son always loved that. I forget
Or the
the
Yakult.
Yakult, there you go. Yakult has like at least 40,000 good bacteria.
But it's also
No,
got
no,
a lot
40
of
millions. Sorry.
But it's
Sugar.
also got a lot of sugar and
It's
other
just,
additives in it as well. So it's I mean, sure. I mean, I guess it's better to do it than to not, but they taste good. They taste like fruity pebbles, but they're also full of sugar and other stuff too.
No,
So
if you buy from Japan directly, I mean the real from Japan, they're not
oh,
sweet. Japan is very they're very well aware about what they put in their body. So the
yeah,
real
see,
Yakult from Japan, they don't have sweetness at all. And then it's in fact it's kind of sour taste.
oh
mm,
wow.
Like a
Yeah.
plain and sour. Yeah.
Americans that they put the
don't
sugar
get,
in it so they get us
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
indeed. Don't yeah.
don't get the one from Costco or Rouse.
Well,
Exactly.
I like how you mentioned about sugar. Sugar, it's been proven research-based, it suppress your immune system. And this is
Yes.
not in the country of sugar,
Yeah,
sugar blast.
yeah.
Yeah,
Don't they don't they feed cancer cells? Don't cancer cells like
indeed,
sugar?
indeed.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say too. Well, also too, a lot of people, including my husband, loves boba. So, but boba is not really healthy. To me, boba is not really healthy because it's just full of
No,
sugar.
I
But
don't like. Boba.
Well, I
I mean,
bought from Sherty. I always say no sugar or the lowest. And you can, that it's not all boba store saying that, but there's a boba store that you can even say no sugar.
I mean, I love it. I mean, obviously, I love it with the
No,
sugar, but
but
it's just
you
yeah.
know, I don't know why in America everything they giving for you so sweet. It's not normal. For example, boba, I tried it first time in the China when I was there, and it doesn't was like this so sweet like here they making chai. It's so sweet, but there no. And when I try it here first time, I was shocked. Why it's so sweet?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Asian
Yeah.
food also too
Get
much
more
sweet.
tasty because I believe it's
Sarare, what did you say?
yeah, I'm saying like make it more tasty. If it's not sugar in it, people they're not like accept it. You know what I mean?
No, I never
But
using the sugar. You know, for me normal.
uh, everything mostly with the high sugar makes more
That's how they make
for
money. Yeah,
yeah,
I
and
got it.
it's
Yeah.
a business. So
Business.
that's why my son said, "Mommy, the way that you choose already, it's like a rapid lifestyle because we have to just eat vegetable. You know what I mean? What should I do? Everything with sugar and then colors, adding something like you
Yeah.
know, in unhealthy things to into the ingredients. Otherwise, what should we do? No chance, right? So
Because people want to get energy right away, but
that,
that's all
that's
wrong. You
all,
don't
guys.
for them, yeah. Yeah. I am so glad hearing you guys so very aware. Now, there's one aspect here we call incubation. So, this is very important concept that we need to know. Yeah. So I'm gonna probably share. I don't know why I cannot share my whiteboard. Maybe I should stop share first and then go whiteboard. Is that what I just put on top of here? Okay. So amazingly, in this world, there's always, despite chaotic of things we see, but there's always pattern. Yeah, there's always a pattern they call regularity amongst irregularity. Okay, so I'm going to talk about process of infection. Remember we talked about last week what is infection. Infection means the invasion of microenemies into our body and cause us sickness. Make sense? Or the invasion of infectious agents. What are those infectious agents we talked about last week? What are the
Mm,
five
The
infectious agents? Bacteria,
bacteria,
Virus,
virus,
fungi,
fungi,
Sure.
mm,
germ is general. It's just germ
Okay.
is, yeah.
parasites.
Parasite,
rickettsia,
rickettsia.
rickettsia.
Yeah.
All right.
Say that name.
So basically, when these five category of the infection agent or pathogens or germs trying to infect our body, they have there are five phases of that process. Okay. So first of all, here you see here. So this is invisible. First of all, when it show up, this is visible, yeah. And then this is invisible down here. Okay. So the infectious agent attacking our body, right? This is infectious agents. And then um they are in our body already. Okay, they can infect through the mouth, through the nose, through the ear, through the open skin, through any holes in our body. You know, they're just wandering around, look to get into our body. Some people describe that for these infectious agents inside the body is like their heaven because it's the best temperature, it's the best food, the best environment. So basically, they're aiming to get into our body to infect and to kill. Okay, is that imaginable? So, and then they grow exponentially, right? 1 become 2, 2 become 4. Is still invisible inside our body. Yeah. So this is the timing that is called incubation. This is very interesting if you guys listen until the end. Yeah. This is what called incubation. Yeah. Incubation. So you don't see that, right? It's already happening in our body and you haven't had any clinical symptoms yet. And once they get enough troops to overcome the area of your body inside that make you start feeling sick, yeah. So this is the first process. The second process that called prodromal. Okay, so they're already inside your body depending on the port the entry that they go. And then keep in mind, each bacteria, they have their own preference. Like Staphylococcus aureus, they just like to go to your connective tissue. They like to they said this is my heaven, in this body, in the skin, in your fatty tissue, in your muscles. Yeah. Like hepatitis B, HIV. Oh, I mean HBV, right? Hepatitis B
Yeah.
virus.
HIV is too long
For
for
HIV. So
incubation period.
yes. So the bottom line is each of these infection agent, they don't go all over your body. They like to go certain part of your body. Okay. All right. And then they get into your body wherever they choose as their heaven, and then they grow, right? They replicate, they multiply, and they get enough troops that they grow, and then also they train inside your body, and they start attacking you, and you start feeling fatigue. Yeah. Meaning you easily feel tired, right? And then you feel a little bit feverish, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
And then maybe you feel nausea, vomiting, and maybe you feel like no appetite at all. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think everybody been through this. Nobody's never had any problem with their body, right? So that's called prodromal phase. That's the second phase. And finally, this is the peak of the clinical symptoms. Yeah. And also signs, right? That you cannot bear anymore. That what makes you come see doctor. Remember we talk about chief complaints? That's why you ask the patient, what brings you here? Yeah. So that's what called acute. So that's the third phase. Okay. And it's all in the textbook. So remember, I just give you the nuggets, and then before lecture or after lecture, please read the textbooks. Yeah. So then you can remember for the rest of your lives. One, you grab understanding. Now, and then we go see doctor, right? And then doctor give a treatment, medication, and then they start declining, right?
Mhm.
So that's the fourth phase. And then you get healed. Yeah. Thank you, guys. See, I don't know everything. I know, yeah, convalescent. That sounds good. Yeah, so that's the 5 phases. Okay. So if you see this here, there's some term here, right? Incubation, right? Yeah, I think that's all in there. Okay. So that's one part, very important concept that you need to understand. But here's the most, this is a very unique, I mean, Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more here, yeah. Here's the thing that you guys need to know, okay? So this is incubation, number 1, correct? So each infectious agents, their incubation time could be days and could be years. Anybody can explain to me what is the application to communicable disease with this concept? So say someone get infected with a virus, mostly virus.
Like
I'm
chickenpox.
Yeah, I'm going to give you sample hepatitis B, okay? And they incubate for years, yeah? So they incubate for years. Could be like HIV, could be hepatitis B. Now, my question is, what is the implication with this concept with the communicable disease, which is very dangerous?
That
Like
your
if you
symptoms don't show up, so you might not even know that you have anything.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then what's the adverse effect to other people?
That you might spread it to other people, and you don't even know it. And this is why it's
Very good
very.
concept. Indeed, that's what I meant.
I mean, this is why the deeper. Obviously, I want to go all the way with all of this because there's just a deeper look that most people aren't even doctors are not even nurses or doctors or any medical professional or not. They're just kind of looking at like what the surface is. Oh, this is milk, but they don't know that inside the milk was hepatitis B. They had no clue because they weren't looking for it. It's like you should look when you don't need to look, and then you'll find, or you won't find, which is good too. And that's why they have those new the what do you call it? Pernuvo, where they scan your entire body, and they can tell you if you have stage 1 cancer, which is scary to know all this
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
now, but they can tell you everything right now. Like they
Yeah, I
have
think
all
there's
these.
already like 1, 2, 3 clinics in the country doing that. So yeah, that's
Yes.
expensive, but
It's
it's
the
very thorough.
both of them. It's the viruses. Viruses is so smart. We talked about it last time. They are why its incubation period so long time, because they are so smart and you can't know inside you something, because they will be wait when the human's organism, the owner's organism, the immune system will be go down. Yeah, sorry, my English. I'm
Okay.
trying to explain. When the humans, where is viruses? Yeah, we calling the owners, the organism. When this owner's organism going down, the immune system, that moment they will be woke up, and that moment they will be uh, cause the symptoms. From that moment, nobody didn't knows what happens with your organism when you infected with this. It's the from 40 days till 1 year. I don't know. It's so very smart viruses. They can change the types, and they can like uh like symbiotic. It's like parasites. They are so quiet inside you. You never know that. They waiting when your organism, and they going down. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So what is this called when someone carrying this virus, mostly virus, yeah, That's typical virus, how dangerous virus is. The person been carrying it for years, could be 20, 30 years. But because the person also healthy in the other sense, so there's kind of a long battle all the time inside their body between their own troop system with this virus. So it doesn't show, it's still invisible, right? You see that? Invisible.
Mm.
But this person is toxic, not toxic. This person can carry disease to others that happen to have to be susceptible. Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
that called? This person that carry this virus and can make other people who are susceptible sick. What's that called?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sharing.
Carrier.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. In fact, iceberg phenomenon. A lot of people say, some people, they said, especially Asian. I'm Asian, so I'm not being racist. Carrying this hepatitis B for years, he or she looks healthy, but he or she can cause other people sick, especially when the other people in their lowest immunity level, meaning they're susceptible. Yeah, that's called carrier. Okay. Um, we know how Magic Johnson, right? Get
Mhm.
out of the bubble, and I consider as a hero because he despised a shame of proclaiming that he had this HIV, right? Because before that, all of the people that have HIV, they are hiding in their own bubble. Because of hiding, when they get spread, then we don't know because we don't have data. We need something tangible to see, and then we know how to do intervention to combat those virus, right? So you see him look healthy all the time, but he knows there's something. So, for example, people with HIV, what they do, they have a routine viral count. They have to go lab, yeah, ELISA lab test, and then they're gonna count how many virus in their body, and then they also will count their T cells. Yeah, T cells is one of the important troops in our body, part of our immune system. So if T cells is more, then you're okay. You don't look sick, right? But it's ongoing battle. So when the T cell down and then viral count more, then that's when you start feeling sick, prodromal, or even acute. Okay. So this is very important as a healthcare providers to be aware that there might be any carrier. This is how important it is when you work in the healthcare. Hepatitis B vaccine is so important, including TB, because TB is communicable disease. Yeah, these are all communicable disease, meaning they can easily spread from one person to the whole family in the house, and then through to the whole neighborhood, and to the whole city, to the whole county, and then to the whole country, and to the whole world. That's called pandemic, right? And we have endemic, epidemic, pandemic. For example, COVID, right? They go to the whole world. Those are communicable disease. Now, those are our jobs as healthcare providers. We want to prevent them. We want to control the infection. That's why infection control is so important. Yeah. So that's one thing I want to say about those phases of infection. Now you see this here, communicable disease. There's all kind of them. You guys just read them later. For example, chicken pox. Now here's another thing that public health looking at the trend of the statistic figures. that many of these infectious disease that we eradicated long time ago, they said the plague is come back. How many times we start hearing in this own country that TB start growing up? Yeah. Uh, uh, Especially they call multi-resistant TB disease. Yeah. Last night I heard the news that measles. Do you guys hear that? Measles starting in Texas and then go to I think California some, yeah. Or 5-6 years ago, we heard about outbreak pertussis, whooping cough, right? So that's the one that we need to be aware. That's the one that we need to make sure that you know, that carrier or that we know how to control infection. Now, this is sometimes in your national certification exam question. It's simple as washing hands. As simple as washing hands. If everybody doing that, yeah, just like when we heard about COVID, as simple as washing hands, as simple as make distance, right? Because
Yeah.
we understand how the battle is real, invisible war. Yeah. I wish I have this maybe high technology microscope in my glasses, but also better not, because when I see my skin, I see that trillions of germs there. I don't know which one's good and bad, right? I need to look at the shape. I need to look at the behavior characters and the air. Oh my goodness, scary, right? It's like we're diving in the ocean and looking all those undersea animals, right? But that's factual reality. Yeah. We always have invisible micro or invisible war with these pathogens. That being said, another very important part we need to know is infectious chain of infection. In fact, in your practice later, you're going to have a lot of question about chain of infection. Okay, this is very important concept. But before I go every step of the chain of infection, there are 6 of them. This is what the most important part. Since we are aware now, we are at the at ongoing war every second with the microorganism or pathogens of this infectious agent. This is the key susceptible host. Yeah. When I raise my kids love watching that Ben 10, zoom, and then they can change shape and then fighting with enemy, right? Anybody understand that? And
No.
and the Ben 10's friend is called Gwen, right? So whenever Gwen get attacked by enemy, Gwen is gonna put bubble shield around her, right? And any enemy will attack is just bounce back, will not do harm on her. This is the key. Yeah. When you're susceptible, right, then you easily get sick. Now, when are we susceptible? One of the biggest factor of people become susceptible, stress. Now we can understand why is it psycho, right? Somatic. Oh, by the way, guys, are you guys okay if I share this in the YouTube
You mean the whole
lecture?
what you're recording? Like,
Yeah.
that's fine with me.
All right. I just put your
don't know about-
face a little bit up. If you don't want to show your face, you can just close the video. Yeah. So this is why psychosomatic disease is at least above 40-50%. What is psychosomatic? Your soma is your physical dimension of your self-being, yeah, your own self. You know, our self is not just about body, right? One day this will die, right? But we have a soul, yeah. We have a social dimension, we have a mental dimension, we have a spiritual dimension, right? Now, psycho, this is when we are stressed, depressed, right? Anxious, right? Which is based on the report from public health professionals. This is one of the highest prescribed medication in our country, right? So the bottom line is, in order for you to get that shield like Gwen, not get attacked by this enemy microorganism, be happy, don't worry, right? I love that song. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Don't worry, be happy, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we fight on something that not worth it, our health. Sometimes there's a time to let it go, right? One of the biggest psychologists called radical acceptance. We can only change something that we can change, but things that we cannot change, let it go. Let it go, let it go, right? Or I like the old song saying, Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be.
The future's not ours to see.
I love that, right? So, but wait, there's more. It's not just about managing stress. You also need to eat good food. We already talked about it. We're filled, bombarded with all this sugar. And it is research-based finding that you cannot deny sugar suppress your immune system. Sugar will make you susceptible. The problem is we live in this instant culture that we want fast right away. We don't like to wait at the right time, right? That's why we want sugar and then right away give us energy. But once they give you energy, peak energy like this, they will down abruptly. And then you become addicted. Yeah, rebound effect. And then you want more, right? And then you want more. And finally, your body gets used to sugar. And without you realize, you start getting this diabetes, right? All right, I kind of talked too far away. Immunization, yeah. I'm trying not to be political, but it could be also people might use immunization the wrong way. But in general, immunization is one of the great concepts of preparing our body before we get attacked with certain dangerous pathogens or certain dangerous um, infectious agent, right? Surely we see that public health statistical figures that like within 100 years, when we never found this immunization vaccine, right? People just die easily. But after that, yeah. But the thing is also people might use something good into bad. So depending on who's controlling that, right? So immunization. So how does it work, immunization? There's all kind of method, but the most common, they give you a week and then small amount of that bacteria or that virus into your body. So this become antigen. Antigen meaning something enemy, something foreign that get into your body. So our body say, scanning all over. Oh my goodness, there's a enemy coming here. So and then they will capture that enemy and then they will create antibody. Yeah. So they don't have to keep scanning and then look around and see the enemy and then trying to, to combat with that enemy before they grow and then they overcome and they take over your country or your body, right? So our body will create antibody. Yeah. Then this antibody, whenever the same DNA codes or strains of that enemy come, antibody just come right away, capture this and kill it. Make sense? If you remember COVID, one of the treatment that people get saved is from someone that already get COVID, and then their body create antibody, and then they survive, and they sell their plasma because it has that antibody. It has a ready antibody in there, including in the clinic. If you get a needle stick injury, the CDC needle stick injury policy is that you ask the patient if we can check whether patient have a HIV or hepatitis B or not, right? And then you, as the healthcare providers, you have to report that. But also you will be given gamma globulin, meaning that's a ready antibiotic, because we are raising before, in case this patient has hepatitis B or HIV, get into your blood and they start replicating and make you and then you contract this disease. So we give you this antibody, ready antibody, inject to you to before they grow more, which is gamma globulin, it's called. Yeah. So antibody is important. So again, immunization, that's the concept of immunization, is to create antibody so you will not get. Exercise. Exercise, this is part of the lifestyle. Yeah. In fact, more and more people find out lifestyle, even when I took my Master Public Health Loma Linda, it is contribute 35% to 40%, despite you have the gene. And then even people, some researcher even boldly mentioning, you can reverse that DNA mutation with your lifestyle. We don't know yet how strong that theory that make it valid, formal, or legit yet, but it's just proven. So lifestyle is basically nutrition. Yeah, you put food in your body not because you want it or you like it because of that sweetness, but because you know the body needs that, right? Have you ever watched this in YouTube? There's a lady so fanatic on the food. So this is another extreme person on the food, nutrition, exercise, everything. So she refused to eat meat, and then she refused to eat other things. So you can YouTube it, and she died because she just want to concentrate on nutrition, and she's so anti with the Western medicine, including Steve Jobs. So next, and then I'll get back to you, Brandon. Seems like you're gonna say something. So nutrition, and also stress management, which is all of these first three. So from now on, guys, if you want to live a long life in quality and quantity, this is it. Lifestyle, yeah, and exercise. I give you one example of how important exercise is. Yeah, I'll give you one example. How many times we go see doctor, everybody, all doctors will say, oh, you have pre-diabetes. Like almost everybody has diabetes basically. And they changed that HbA1c standard, used to be 7, uh, the cut off. And then once you get over 7 hemoglobin A1c, then you are, officially having diabetes. But now they moved down the standard, yeah, including blood pressure too. It could be good and bad, but maybe more good. So exercise. For example, diabetes, right? You know that people when they have diabetes, it's not like they have too much sugar. It's just that sugar cannot get into the cell, right? Because each of our cell has a gate, right? Each cell out of trillion in our body has a gate. Okay, and then this is our nucleus, right? Now, and then we have mitochondria. It's kind of like our kitchen in the cell. Now, in order to input glucose, right? C6H12O6, this is glucose, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people with diabetes, this sugar just wandering around in the bloodstream. They cannot go to the cell. So that's why they have a lot of sugar, but this sugar is supposed to go to the cell and then get to the mitochondria with oxygen that bring by hemoglobin transport there. And then they create ATP, energy. That's why people with diabetes, they're weak. They easily get tired. Why? Because there's a gate in here to transfer this sugar that only be open. The only hormone has a key to open that gate is insulin. And remember, insulin produced naturally in our body from pancreas, beta Langerhans. But what insulin that you hear that people inject, that's artificial, right? Now, the only two things that open the gate to distribute transport sugar into the cell so the mitochondria can cook this sugar and create energy. Otherwise, I cannot even move my hands like this if I don't have ATP, right? One is insulin and two is exercise. You see that? You see how important exercise is? I'm talking to myself because I used to exercise a lot. I don't anymore. I'm on the chair a lot, but this is good for me too. Okay, so go back to the chain of infection. There are 6 of them, but this is the key. Doesn't matter all of these germs, all of these pathogens trying to do harm on you, trying to invade you, overcome your body system and to kill us, right? As long as we have a good immune system, so this is talking about immune system. I'm not saying that we depend 100% immune system. There's some stuff we still have to take medication, right? So as long we have a good immune system, we're good. Because one of these chain get cut, there is no infection. So that's rule thumb number 1. One of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chains broken, no infection. Keep that in mind. And you see, this is the key. Now, who's considered susceptible? Elderly, right? Because as we're getting older, our anatomical structure of our body system get diminishes in the structure and function. So anatomical and physiological function in our body diminishes. But if you guys learn about Mary, you mentioned that longevity, right? In the world. And then who said that? Blue zone?
For the blue zone, yeah.
Yes.
In
There are 3
Belinda.
ethnicity in the world, right? Loma Linda. That's why I love learning about lifestyle in Loma Linda University. That's
Yeah.
why I went to that school. 2, Sardinian
In Italy.
in Italy. And 3, in Japan.
Japan.
Oh, dang, I forget. What's that called again?
See.
Okinawan. So this theory of elderly, I mean, yes, your anatomical, physiological get diminishes, but at the same time, these three ethnicity in the world, blue zone, they're able to combat this. You're gonna see people in this country in their 80 to 100, they still work like us. They don't retire. Yeah, watch that. Watch in the you can just YouTube it, blue zone, yeah, or type longevity. These people don't get sick easily. And if you see their lifestyle, you see their social life, they're doing all of this stuff. They're not stressed. And they enjoy their work. Even they mention women wear pants and then they're ready to work on Monday. How many of us saying, "Oh, Monday, oh, Monday, do I have to wake up? Do I have to work?" You see how different, right? But their social life, you're gonna see them, they shut down like Loma Linda every Saturday. I am not SDA, but this is factual reality statement of fact. Every Saturday, they shut down their daily activity, their stressful daily activity.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Seventh-day Adventists.
Yeah, we can do it for us. You know, I start doing it with my family. I turn off cell phone on Sunday. It's a church day for us, and then we go eat out. But now two boys gone already college. But I still do it with my husband. They manage the stress, right?
And I
And
heard
they,
that. Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
they eat proper food. All
Yeah.
of these people, they eat good food. They eat healthy food. Sardinian is very famous with their olive oil. Yeah,
Olive oil and the seafood they eating in Japan, in
seafood,
Sardinia
indeed.
too.
It's seafood, so it's got omega. This is the good fat. Yeah,
Yeah,
olive oil.
iodium.
I have
Yeah,
a friend that's
pufa.
yeah.
What is
I have a
pufa?
polyunsaturated fatty
Fatty acid.
acids.
Now,
Yeah.
what about us, McDonald? What kind of oil is that? Mostly hydrogen.
Palm.
Hydrogen
Vegetable
transfer
oils,
oil is mostly saturated fat. But 5
canola.
years ago, McDonald's announced that they changed that hydrogenated oil into good oil. But the rest of the restaurant we never heard, right? But it doesn't mean you don't need oil. You know, Sardinian people, Italian, they in their plate they put that olive oil and they put pepper and then they put salt and then they get their bread and then they eat with that. Right?
Their oil is authentic. It's
Yeah.
not traditional.
Okinawan, Japan, do you know that Japanese people is the lowest incident of prostate cancer? Rarely men over there get. Now we are in the developed country, not just United States, guys. Most developed country. Once they're 50, their prostate get enlarged, and many of them turn into cancer. Yeah. Why? Because Japanese eat miso soup. Our daily is part of their combined food tray, right? And we know miso is tofu. Tofu has estrogen, right? And the treatment of prostate cancer, one of is estrogen. That's why I keep telling my husband when we go to Shogun or something Japanese restaurant, eat tofu, miso soup. He doesn't like it, but I made him eat because for his own sake. But again, anything excessive, it doesn't mean you eat too much. The key is anything excessive, anything lacking That's not good for the body. Yeah. So go back to the chain of infection. This is the key.
Professor, 1 second.
Yeah, what?
You talked about the Japan restaurant, and I wanna go because it's my favorite food. Let's go, 20 March, guys. Let's go together after our
Oh, yeah.
first meeting day in the in-person class in 20 March. Let's go after that to Japanese restaurant.
Okay. That
You
sounds
guys
like a
can
good,
go. I
yeah.
have to jam to pick up my daughter
Okay,
Oh,
pick
yeah,
up daughter
yeah.
and come back.
and come back. Not that easy for me.
Yeah. So let's go very quick about this. I'm trying to, oh, it doesn't matter. Trying to make it small. Ah, where am I now? All right. So again, the infectious, so it might be in your national certification exam question. They ask what is chain number 1. They like ask chain number 1 and 6. Okay. So chain number 1 is infectious agent. Okay. Chain number 2 is reservoir. So meaning, so maybe this, yeah. So meaning, remember we talk about they invade our body, right? And then, but before they invade our body, it's just like imagine our troops, army that before we send to the combat area, right? They have to be trained. They have to be in the camp. I don't know how this infection agent learn our strategy or we learn from them. I don't know. They do the same thing. Yeah. So they look for any reservoir. So the reservoir could be in pans, any surface, right? Could be in our mouth. It could be in animal. They grow any surface. Okay. So the reservoir could be 2 things, right? Could be animated and could be non-animated. So animated meaning living creatures, right? So when we talk about carrier, remember that person might not showing any clinical symptoms, but that can be
Sharing,
considered
yeah.
reservoir. Yeah.
They giving for another people, yeah, sharing.
Yes. Yeah. So for the non-animated could be door handle, right? Could be your pants. Could be jewelry. Yeah, anything non-animated, non-living creatures. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Any surface. Then what will you do as a MA or future healthcare providers to prevent this? What will you do? Okay. So, and then next one is disinfection. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then next one is sterilization. And you will perform all of these 3 things daily basis. Yeah. Okay. So sanitization, first of all, the concept of sanitization, there's all different definition, but the concept is this. So I just paraphrase basically, yeah. So if you read textbook, they say it differently, yeah, but the concept's the same. This is basically just to clean. You know, I don't like this pen is not sharp. Okay, so that's just to clean, right? Meaning they don't kill, not killing germs. Yeah. Or but but to clean is also important. Anybody know why is it to clean is important? What's the for what?
Those elementary things to clean is the
Well, we clean because we create clean environment. When we create clean environment, what are we doing?
We're breaking the chain of infection.
That too. But when we clean, the purpose is to prevent the growth. I hope you
Oh.
can read that.
Yes, we can.
You can
Yeah,
basically prevent the growth of the
or the
infectious
proliferation
agent.
of, yeah,
You prevent the growth of infection agent because most of the germ, they don't like clean environment.
yeah, yeah. And you lower the load. Like if
Yeah,
there's a viral load or bacterial load, the lower the there's less of them.
good job. Keep saying it. All right. So, but also in everything, there's always exception, remember? There is certain type of germs that they grow well in clean environment. But that's always exception is small amount. Majority germs, infection agent, they don't like clean. One example, bacteria, Clostridium difficile, they love clean. Yeah, it's just to give you
The
an idea.
the
There's
one that's
always
spread in stools. I think.
there's always exception. So like
Wow.
Clostridium difficile, they do even grow well with the cleanness. Yeah. So sanitization is to, oh, why is this too big now? Oh, okay. It's basically to clean. Why, what's the purpose of to clean? To prevent the growth of infectious agents. Make sense? Oh la la. It's not really. Are we good? I cannot even make it
Yes.
it's funny I can't make it to the right here. Oh, I do. Okay, are we good?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sometimes technology. Okay. So now disinfection or to disinfect, right? Yeah. This one is, I'm gonna change the color probably so we can see the difference. This one is to kill infectious agents. From now on, I just want to put EA. You guys know what it EA, yeah? So agent 99.99%. Do you guys notice that label of the antibacterial soap or sanitizer? Yeah,
yeah.
but not killing the spores. Yeah, those are one thing that we really need to know, right? They only kill infection agent 99.99%, but they don't kill the spores. Are we good? All right, so now
Yes.
sterilization. Yeah, I'm gonna change the color so we see that difference. So sterilization is to kill the infection agent plus its spores %, of the infectious agent, including its spores. Yeah. So the spores is part of the bacteria that they have defense mechanism that they protect themselves in the bubble. Yeah, with the very hard outer shell. That some of the bacteria can even live 100 years with the spores. Okay. Thank God that we have people that able to come up with the process of sterilization. Okay, is that making sense? So when you just wash hands, right, without disinfectant soap or sanitizer or solution, you only clean your hands, but with that, or any surface or any instrument, but also discourage the germs, the infectious agent to grow. Disinfection, so its sanitization is mostly like defensive mechanism. Yeah. But disinfection and sterilization is more on offensive, meaning we don't just wait that we just don't prevent them to come to kill us. We want to kill them before they kill us, right? So disinfection is the process in that in disinfectant solution, could be in the soap, sanitizer, Hibiclens, alcohol, what's that we put 100%, 1% bleach.
Bleach.
Yes. All of those stuff called disinfectant solution because they can kill the infectious agent. Okay. And then sterilization is like the nuclear bomb that kill all of these germs, infectious agent, including its spores. So they're just all gone. Okay. So we're gonna add statement here. Yeah. So the sanitization is defensive mechanism, right? And the disinfection is offensive. Okay. Oh. And we're gonna copy here. I'm gonna paste. And this is offensive. Got it? I don't know where's this coming from. Next. So now we're gonna ask question, when do we perform sanitization? When do we perform disinfection? And when do we perform sterilization, correct? So there's for non-invasive procedures, that's when we do okay. So we do sanitization, disinfection for non-invasive procedures. Disinfection, the same thing. But when we do invasive procedures, we have to sterilize. Now, anybody can tell me what is invasive and non-invasive procedures?
It's going inside the skin or surgery. It's invasive procedure, for
Indeed,
example.
indeed. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. See you. So now 12:07. So 15 minutes. So we're gonna meet 13 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna meet. Good job. Indeed, yes.